Right, so I'm having a little paddle on the River Foss, and while I do it, I'm testing out another pair of gloves. These have a really nice silicone feel, and they also have those touch-sensitive pads for using your touchscreen phones, that kind of thing. They're by a company called Be Forest. Can't quite recall as I record this whether these were waterproof or not. They've got zips on the back so you can tighten them up, so when you put your hands in they feel comfortable, and then you just tighten them up. Time to get paddling, let's go. Okay, so I'm just setting the sat-nav going with these gloves, and that's worked. So the touchscreen works on my Garmin GPS. So these gloves, do you know what? They feel really good on the paddle. I think out of all of them that I've had, they've felt about the best. You get a good lock on that hand, but there's still ample freedom of movement on the spinny hand. I don't even know what to call that, there's probably a technical term for it. But yeah, and considering it's about 2 degrees today, my hands don't feel cold, no blistery stuff going on, pretty good. Hey there. Unfortunately yesterday, as I was out kayaking, there was a bit of an incident on the shore as I got back, and I didn't get a chance to finish off my thoughts on these gloves and to show you whether they were any good on touch screens, that kind of stuff. So these actually come from a firm called Funnasting, even though their marketing, their label is Be Forest gloves. What I did particularly like about them was the way they felt on the paddle, and I think I mentioned that while I was out. The silicone bits in the grip do work really well. They lock the hand in place really nicely, but they also give freedom of movement on the hand that needs to move. They were warm, although what I don't like about some of these gloves, and these in particular, is you can feel the seams on the inside of the fingers, you know what I mean? And that actually, for some reason, that always makes me feel cold. And I think probably because that's where the air gets through. These are advertised as windproof, and I think for the most part the surface area probably is, but the seams probably not. And they are only advertised as slightly waterproof. I think you could have used better terminology for marketing, but hey, at least it's honest, isn't it? I do like the zip function for putting these on, because they're easy to get on and then you can tighten them up while you've got them on. I like that, that's really good. And well, let's try out the touchscreen bit. Right, sorry for getting the reflections in this. I'm going to try and keep it so that there aren't any. Naturally with these you can't use the thumbprint lock or any fingerprint locks you've got to use your passcode. So let me just put that in. Okay, so that went in okay. As you can see, I've actually got the glove details up here. So the that's working really nicely actually. The let's have a look onto Facebook. We've got the shadow out. Yeah, that seam on there does get in the way a little bit because the pad is right underneath, so you do have to hold your finger really flat to the screen, but yeah, that's working. It goes into groups, goes into notifications, scrolls, so yeah, that all works okay. So in short, I do actually quite like these. Just not sure. It's a real pros and cons situation with these, because I do like the feel of them on the paddle. And yesterday when I was out in the boat, it was a really cold day, freezing fog and all that, so not ideal for maybe really cold weather. You know, maybe temperate, a bit 4, 5, 6, 7, less than 10 degrees, say between 10 and 5 degrees, probably okay for that. I'll put a link in the description and the comments if you want to check them out. They're not expensive, less than £15 as I recall. I'll put a link in, as I say, you can check them out if you want to. Thank you so much for watching. If you like this video, give it a thumbs up. If you don't like it, give it a thumbs down. As always, that's your choice. If you like what I'm doing on the channel, please subscribe and hit that little bell notification. Costs you nothing, which is ace. It just means you get a notification whenever I've uploaded any new videos. And I'm assuming you don't want to miss out. But I don't know. Anyway, you take care of yourself. Cheerio.